Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here today. I'm State Representative Elizabeth Fiedler, proud to represent District 184 in Philadelphia, and truly honored to be here with my colleagues and with some amazing leaders from schools across the Commonwealth. We are here today to celebrate the first ever round of Solar for Schools grants. Can we have a round of applause for that money? We're talking here about almost $25 million in state funds that have been invested, not just given, not just handed out, but invested in schools across the Commonwealth through the Solar for Schools program. You'll hear in just a few moments from superintendents and school officials about some of these exciting projects. Steelton-Highspire, projects in Greene County, Central Cambria, Carlisle, and Bloomsburg Area School District are some of the examples we are highlighting here today. These are schools in rural, urban, and suburban Pennsylvania, districts that go from all the way up in Erie, all the way down to Philadelphia, and many places in between, touching 23 different counties with the funding from this program. Solar for Schools is a program that I am proud to have championed. It includes more jobs, good jobs, green jobs. It also means tremendous savings for the school officials you will hear from in just a few moments. It is also a great way to make sure we are generating clean energy on site, making our schools and our Commonwealth more independent and less reliant on outside forces. It's also a win for teachers and, of course, for students. I'm the proud parent of 4 young kids, and so I am both professionally and personally deeply invested in the quality of our education here in Pennsylvania. The money that schools save by installing solar panels, they can invest however they see fit in their local school. Whether it's more STEM education, libraries, additional teachers, or safety and physical building upgrades, the choice is theirs. We know that more schools are excited and hopeful for a second round of Solar for Schools funding. We are here today in the Commonwealth in June budget month and hoping that we will see a second round of Solar for Schools money, because we know that the demand for the first round was tremendous. The schools that you'll hear from today and the other schools that were awarded were some of the, a small portion of the schools that applied. $88 million were requested with an appropriation of just $25 million. So more than 3 times the amount of money we had to invest was requested. I think that demand is tremendous, and it's a clear sign that people want to see this program funded for another year. First, I'd like to welcome up my friend and an amazing leader in the Senate, a champion for this program and many others, Senator Camera Bartolotta.
Thank you so much, so very, very much, Representative Fiedler. And again, just as she said, we love to be able to work across the Commonwealth, across the aisle, across the building, and across Pennsylvania. And the two of us, with others, many, many others, but really I thought this was a wonderful, wonderful program, and I really advocated for it, and I am proud today to say how beneficial it is actually working out for my district. I do represent the southwestern corner of Pennsylvania. I've got Greene County and Washington County and parts of Beaver County in the arms of West Virginia. And so yes, we advocate for gas and oil and coal, but you know what? One of the highest expenses for our school districts is energy. Next to transportation, energy is huge. And we know that the burden of those expenses fall on taxpayers across Pennsylvania, but also on the local communities by way of school property tax. So how do we help alleviate some of that burden? Let's lift some of the cost of energy off the shoulders of these taxpayers, and that is exactly what this program is doing. In today's political climate, again, having bipartisan, bicameral win with the governor's signature is not a small feat, and I'm really thrilled to be supportive of this legislation. I had the opportunity to host the representative and her wonderful staff last year in Greene County when we took a victory lap and celebrated the passing of Act 68 of 2024. We held the event at the Greene County Career and Technology Center, and as fate would allow, the Greene County CTC is one of the inaugural recipients of this wonderful grant. Early last year, Representative Fiedler and I held a roundtable discussion in my district with school officials, and they made it abundantly clear that energy costs remain one of the biggest financial burdens in our schools. With rising utility costs, and we all know what that's like personally, schools across the state needed an option that would ease the strain on their budgets. As demand for energy increases, we need to diversify our energy sources. The Solar for Schools grant program is now an attainable opportunity to save districts and taxpayers hundreds of thousands, if not millions, down the road. I am beyond thrilled about the overwhelming response across the state from school districts interested in participating in this program, and I am happy to report that all 5 school districts that applied in my district received grants totaling close to $1 million. Included in that, in Washington County, California Area School District received $367,200 and installed a 510 kilowatt ground mount a solar array, lots of big words, on the high school campus that is expected to save more than $49,000 each year. Cannon-McMillan School District received $190,260 to install a 317 kilowatt roof-mounted system on a new elementary school to save a projected $35,500 every year. Intermediate Unit 1 received $259,200 to install a 360 kilowatt ground mount photovoltaic system. The anticipated annual savings to the school district is more than $38,500. 2 more examples, and I think they're important to say, so stay awake, folks. Greene County West Greene School District received $181,440 to install a 300 kilowatt rooftop photovoltaic solar system on the school campus with an annual savings to exceed $32,800. Last but not least, Greene County Career and Technology Center received $42,480 to install a 53 kilowatt roof mounted system on its welding and construction facility, and it is expected to save more than $7,300 every single year. This is meaningful, very meaningful to a lot of our school districts who are suffering and scrambling to find ways to pay their bills. This is a win-win-win for Pennsylvanians, for school districts, for taxpayers, and I want to congratulate all of the schools that were awarded, and I thank you for letting me say a few words today and really blow the horn, and thank you so much for this wonderful legislation, and I look forward to seeing more and more and more schools save lots of taxpayer dollars. Thanks, Liz.
Thank you so much, Senator. Thank you for your work on this bill. Thank you for hosting us not once, but twice. And I hope we get to come back for a ribbon cutting at one of those schools. Congratulations. Next, I'm going to ask Rob Baer, the head of the State Building Trades, to come up. He's not on the list, but he cares a little bit about this program. And thank you, Rob, for all your work. Rob was part of the amazing Blue and Green Coalition that we pulled together that helped get this over the line. Rob.
Thank you. I apologize for being a little bit late. So I truly wanted to get here. This morning, I had the honor of being with Governor Shapiro to mark the official opening of the Crane Clean Energy Center, 835 megawatts of carbon-free electricity. That's what this program does across our school systems. 2 years ago, a rep that I did not really know very well approached me about doing this, and I was doubtful, but I saw her commitment. And I watched this bill get over the finish line. I watched her fight to get the initial funding. I watched the bipartisanship from people like Senator Bartolotta, and then I watched those school districts apply for money. The goal all along was just what Representative Fiedler and Senator Bartolotta said. It's about saving money for school districts. Everybody yells about property tax increases. We know we have people that are hurting. And if we're going to spend funds of a public body, then by God, let's spend them where they do the most good. And that's putting solar on our rooftops. Now, I'm going to give a shameless plug. I asked the governor for another $50 million. I don't know if he'll give it to us, but I did, right? Because that's me. Actually, I tried for more, but I thought 50 might be a reasonable request. And the reason I said that, Rep. Fiedler will tell you how fast the original $25 million went. There is a need for that here in the state of Pennsylvania. And I know that if we got $50 million, it would be gone in the next round. And the thing that I love most about this was not a bipartisan or a partisan bill. We had school districts from red areas, from blue areas, from all over the Commonwealth. And they all came together to get this money, to put solar up, to do one thing and one thing only. Make the school district better and save their taxpayers money. This is what I like to call win-win-win. And I'm proud to say that Rep. Fiedler did all the heavy lifting, got this across the finish line. When she needed me to push people, I did, but this would not have been done without her vision and her coalition building. And I want to see this program expand, and I want to see it funded every year as a line item in the budget. And I'm not going to stop till all 500 school districts are covered with solar panels or have them on their grounds. Because at the end of the day, everybody yells, we're out of power. We need more power. The grid's, sky's falling. They're not wrong. But by God, let's put clean power back. And let's save our constituents and our taxpayers a whole lot of money and do a whole lot of good. And while we're at it, why don't you let me train the kids in those schools and get them started in a pipeline to an apprenticeship program. I want to thank you, Representative Fiedler, for letting me speak today. Senator Bartolotta, thank you for all your work on this. Representative Madden, Paul Tekak, all of them. But when you look and somebody says solar for schools, right there it is. That's solar for schools. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob, and thanks for whatever speed you had to travel at to get here. We're glad you made it. I want to thank my colleagues, Representatives Madsen and Takak, for being here today, and for the amazing coalition of environmental and labor groups that I mentioned, including but not limited to CVPA, Sierra Club, Penn Future, Penn Environment, Clean Air Council, NRDC, as well as many partners in labor. We started off this journey by having a press conference here, and one of the folks from IBW brought a solar panel that we leaned against the podium, which was a cool way to start things. Next, you'll hear from another colleague who's been a leader in his own district and also on the Solar for Schools issue. He was kind enough to host us in his district, I think, for the first press conference we ever had outside this building related to Solar for Schools, and you will soon hear why. Representative Dave Madsen, and joining him is Superintendent Mick Istrick from Steelton-Highspire.
Thank you, Representative Fiedler, and good afternoon. State Representative Dave Madsen. I have the privilege of representing the 104th Legislative District, and I'm a fairly new representative. I'm in my third year, so in my second term. And when I took over the House District and was learning about the various programs, this one immediately jumped out to me, that Steelton-Highspire, a very low to moderate income community and school district with a limited tax base, was a leader and an innovator in the Solar for Schools space. So if you're not aware, Steelton-Highspire School District got creative, thought outside of the box, and got some grants to start a solar array, and they are 100% powered by solar. And they were one of the first school districts across the Commonwealth to do this. So they became the poster child for this program, and it was so great to host so many different legislators, because you can imagine some people hear about this program and they think it's too good to be true. Well, in Steelton-Highspire, we would give them a tour, we'd take them rides on the electric buses that we have, and they could see what this program really is about. And by doing these tours and investing in this legislation, we've seen a tremendous amount of interest from other school districts, and it's been so great to see. And I want to congratulate Rep. Fiedler and our Senate colleagues and all of our colleagues that have been on behind this since day one, because we're seeing progress. And the number one challenge, I believe, for this generation is how do we transition to a carbon-free economy, and it's programs like this that are going to get us there and hopefully avoid a future climate crisis and give the next generation a good, clean planet. And so I'm so proud of our school district for being here. I know Mick's going to get into more of the nitty-gritty details, but just want to do a shout out that you can always come to Steelton-Highspire and check out our solar array and ask all the questions. It's a great group of folks, and just so thank you for having me and let me be a part of this program. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Mick Iskrick, and I'm the superintendent of the Steelton-Highspire School District. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you to Rep. Fiedler for initiating this bill and moving forward. This gathering is about more than just a grant. It's about sharing the purpose of the Solar for Schools program, which was introduced in 2024, celebrating the impact it's already having and advocating for its future through the proposed $25 million appropriation in this year's state budget. At the Steelton-Highspire School District, every opportunity counts. As a small, underfunded district, we know how to stretch every dollar, and we also know how to turn small wins into lasting progress that directly benefits our students and our communities. We are so thankful for this grant and the opportunities it will bring for our school district, as well as many other school districts throughout the Commonwealth. We are currently working with our energy specialist partner, NRG Controls, to explore an addition to our existing solar array. This expansion could significantly boost our renewable energy capacity and further reduce operational cost. It may even actually get us a new roof on our elementary school as well. This will allow us to redirect those savings to better support teaching and learning. We also want to highlight our current partners, the McClure Company, who helped bring to life our current 1.7 megawatt solar array for our school district in 2021. This is a system that now provides clean, cost savings power and has positioned us as a statewide model for school-based solar energy. Not to mention it was constructed on a former landfill, showing how brownfields can be repurposed for the greater good. As we look beyond our array, we are also proud of our work with First Student to electrify our school bus transportation. Their partnership helped us transition our school district and our entire fleet to electric school buses, a critical step in reducing emissions and protecting the health of our students and neighborhoods. These innovative and forward-thinking partnerships aren't just about infrastructure. They represent a shift in how we think about education, sustainability, and equity. We are deeply thankful for the leadership of State Representative Elizabeth Fiedler, State Representative Dave Mattson, State Senator Patty Kim, and Governor Josh Shapiro. Bipartisan leadership and your continued support of the Solar for Schools program is helping districts like ours build a brighter, cleaner, and more equitable future for all students across the Commonwealth. We are excited for the $25 million appropriation in this year's state budget and look forward to continued positive impact it will have for generations to come. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Business Administrator Dave Marsiglio joining us from the Bloomsburg Area School District. Bloomsburg received $800,000 grants for 2 schools, and I would be remiss if I did not mention I am an alum of Bloomsburg, and I'm so glad to have you here. Welcome to the Capitol.
All right, thank you. Hello, my name is David Marsilio, and I'm the Business Administrator of Bloomsburg Area School District located in Columbia County. Bloomsburg Area School District serves over 1,500 students in 3 buildings, 3 elementary buildings, a middle school, and a high school. For more than a year, our district has considered installing solar panels at W.W. Evans Elementary and the Bloomsburg High School. The solar panels will provide energy for 4 out of the 5 school buildings in our district. Our district was excited to learn that the Solar for Schools Act, introduced by our own State Representative Elizabeth Fiedler, was signed into law in July of 2024. The project is estimated to cost our district $5 million, but anticipated tax credits and state grant funds could cut that cost in half. The solar plan currently calls for ground-mounted solar arrays to be installed at W.W. Evans in Montour Township and the high school along Railroad Street. Estimates of the ground panels at the high school could cost $2.2 million to install. The W.W. Evans array is larger and would cost $2.8 million. The district would be refunded approximately $1.6 million in energy tax credits offered by the federal government. Combined with the $800,000 Solar for Schools state grant, the school would only have to pay $2.6 million for both arrays. The district expects to save $4.3 million over 20 years, the lifespan of the panels, by going off the grid. It costs about $34,000 a year for power at W.W. Evans and about $222,000 to keep the lights on at our high school. The panels are also expected to power the East 5th Street Administration Building, which costs $7,000 annually, and Memorial School, which costs $50,000. In addition to the savings, the solar projects will become a learning tool to engage students. Our districts plan to install ground sensors and use satellite imagery to evaluate whether a ground-mounted solar array at W.W. Evans Elementary School contributes to or mitigates the urban heat island effect, with a focus on microclimate changes and ecosystem impacts. Findings will be circulated through student capstone projects and presented at the Science Fair, and educational resources tailored for W.W. Evans Elementary School. The Solar for Schools program is a smart investment in both our classrooms and our energy future. Thank you to State Representative Fiedler, State Senator Culver, State Representative Ledbetter, and your constituents for your hard work providing school districts across the Commonwealth this opportunity to keep more money in the classrooms and less into electric bills. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have a few more speakers, including State Representative Bud Cook, who you got to hear from the senator in his area. Bud was generous enough to host us in his part of Pennsylvania, and I know feels very strongly about the savings this program can offer as well. Bud.
Thank you. Come home, go big, and have a ball. From the 50th District, Greene in Washington County, I'm State Representative Bud Cook. And make no mistake, we want the world to know what a great place it is to do business and raise a family right here in the Commonwealth. We're thankful that the schools in the 50th District were selected to receive funding through this program. In addition to coal, oil, and natural gas, solar can be a reliable energy source. I look forward to seeing how these projects support energy savings and educational opportunities to our students. Remember, come home, go big, and have a ball right here in the Commonwealth. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bud. Our next speaker comes to us from the Carlisle Area School District, one of two superintendents, additional superintendents you'll hear from today, Superintendent Colleen Friend.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you, Representative Fiedler, for your leadership in creating the Solar for Schools grant program and for bringing attention to this critical opportunity for our public schools across the Commonwealth. As superintendent of the Carlisle Area School District, I am proud to stand in strong support of this program, not only because of its financial benefits, but also because of what it signifies about the future we want to build for our students. The Solar for Schools program is about more than just installing panels on rooftops or ground mounts. It's about investing in sustainability, fiscal responsibility, and hands-on learning. The grant empowers public school districts to take bold steps toward environmental stewardship while being prudent with their budgets. It gives us the chance to reallocate taxpayer dollars toward instruction and student services instead of utility bills. It demonstrates to our students in a very real and tangible way that science, economics, and civic responsibility can intersect to create a better tomorrow. At the Carlisle Area School District, we received a $252,000 grant to install a solar array at Crestview Elementary School. This 37,000 square foot ground-mounted system will make a meaningful difference in our operations and our community. With the help of this grant, along with additional incentives from the Inflation Reduction Act and our utility provider, we can bring this project to life at a significantly reduced cost to the district of only about $200,000. And the return on that investment is extraordinary. The estimated payback is just 3 to 5 years. From that point forward, we project an approximate annual offset of about $50,000 in energy costs. These aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. These are funds that we can redirect to classrooms, teacher support, and student programs. This is power that supports not only our lights and our HVAC systems, but our mission to educate and equip the next generation. And from an educational perspective, projects like this one offer endless opportunities. Our students, especially in STEM disciplines, will be able to learn from live data, observe environmental impact firsthand, and understand the relationship between innovation and sustainability. They'll grow up knowing that Pennsylvania values clean energy and that our schools can play a part in the solution. We are grateful to Representative Fiedler and all those supporting the Solar for Schools grant program, and in Carlisle, we are already planning our next project. The Solar for Schools program clearly aligns with our values, our financial goals, and our educational mission. Let's continue working together to bring solar energy to more schools across Pennsylvania and to show our students that their future is worth our investment of time and resources. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Superintendent. Our final speaker for the day is Superintendent Jason Moore from Central Cambria School District. When we had the chance to visit his school, we had the chance to also talk with some students. And one comment I made then, however long ago that was, has stuck with me. I said, utility bills for schools, they keep going up and down, and he stopped me right there to say, they don't go down. They just keep going up. That stuck with me because, honestly, worrying about school district utility bills is not something I do, but certainly as a homeowner, I see the utility bills every month. We know that we are facing an energy crisis in Pennsylvania and across the globe, and one of the things that we can do to help schools is invest in programs like Solar for Schools, so that superintendents like Mr. Moore and Ms. Friend don't have to worry, and Mr. Istrick don't have to worry as much about prices going up. Instead, they can generate their own power, as you can see, right on the school district grounds. Superintendent Moore, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Representative Fiedler. Whenever Representative Fiedler reached out to me and asked if I'd be willing to be here today, it was absolutely. I'd be here and I would wash her car for her while she was here because it is such an important idea that she came up with last year. What does solar mean to a small rural school district like Central Cambria School District? We have around 1,500 students, 99 square miles, so obviously our transportation costs are going to be very high. As Representative Fiedler had just said, our electric bills were just going up and up and up and up to about $800,000 within a $30 million budget. So the project that's going to be funded by the Solar for Schools grant is actually for our smaller elementary school, being that we're a geographically large school district. That's going to save us about $30,000 a year actual costs in energy costs. What does that mean for a school district? That means that we can maintain or add a paraprofessional to work with students. It is very easy. Our job as school leaders, it's very easy. I would not want to be a member of the House of Representatives or a member of the Senate here because you have to look at all sides of things. As school leaders, we look at what is best for students and what is best for taxpayers. And what is best for taxpayers is having predictability in operation costs. That way more money can go to what is actually beneficial, working with students. more teachers, more paraprofessionals, smaller class sizes, the best resources you can have. Whenever that money is going out to $700,000–800,000 in utility costs, that's less resources that our students can have. That's higher class sizes that our students can have. There's a finite amount of dollars to go around. We all know that. We would love to have class sizes of 5 and 10 students. But we know that's not reality. We have to live within our means and live within reality. And if we can do things like supporting the Solar for Schools grant and getting this in every 500 of the 500 school districts in Pennsylvania, that is money well spent, because that is money that those school leaders can give to things that are beneficial to students and to matter, and to save from future tax increases for senior citizens on fixed incomes. So again, I want to thank Representative Fiedler. I want to thank everybody who worked on this legislation. Please make sure that it continues going into the future, because, again, I go back to it is what is best for students and it is what is best for taxpayers. Thank you.
Thank you again to all of the guests, the superintendents and school officials and supporters of this program who've taken time to make the trip here today. We are truly grateful. And thank you to my colleagues who you heard from as well. With that, we'll take any questions. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much, and don't forget to support Solar for Schools in this year's budget. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for making this trip. It makes me so excited.
Absolutely.
Could we, let's